you know, potentially Phoenix's protects or Phoenix bans. Sometimes you have a really good Now Las Carabas just get to play whatever they want. And in this case, like you said, triple strat and also playing around the Phoenix. It definitely helps this Phoenix pop off like crazy with all this damage boost. Also with these 3 strategies to keep everybody healthy. So they kind of get everything they want with this, you know, incredibly strong.
As they should, damage boosting everyone here. Sweetie on the Mantis. Haven't seen a ton of Mantis today either, who I do think is taking more of a front seat in the meta. So well done again by Las Carabas. Although they are up in an advantage, they are playing the way they need to.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think this Noir roster, you know, if they were to win in this series, even with the issues that, you know, kind of, or Las Carabas, even with the issues.
And we'll see how they look fully stacked as a team with some solid bans. But Las Carabas got to be taking advantage of this right now, as they are. 3 ults ready here from Valentu, Sora, and F1. And we've got a 4-stack ready on the side of Noir. And Tone's only one committing ults last time, but
ultra player like Zine is just playing around the map with that damage boost.
Yeah, Zine, that was a nice shot, a really tight angle. Well played again. Las Carabas going to put the pressure on. Now Noir going to just maintain all these ults likely until they believe if he's coming back. I'm sure there's communication, so holding on for as long as possible, but getting shoved right back to the spawn door. There's not much time now. Sora going to find Hopeful now. Up a number once more. Make that 2 as they take and own the height. And notice, folks, every time they take point, they're all as a team trying to own the... Noir still making their way towards the point. Valentu going to take out Hopeful, though, and now back up a number again. Eternal Bond out, and Sia makes from Iffy now finding a pick. The numbers now, their first pick, I believe, in a long time here in this whole match.
Yeah, I mean, they're coming back through with the Sonic Seduction.
A very strong team, and they know what to do. Can they bounce back? Noir, though, up in alts, soon to be even more so as everyone's coming up on alt here. Even Hopeful, roughly 70%, but Las Carabas, they've got to just make sure they stack as a team, try to force out any alts they can. Valen, who finds 762 again, but still, I gotta say, Noir's looking very strong. They are back, they want this, and they're angry about what happened. Iffy making some plays there, too, as they walk back together, and will likely still be up in alts in this next fight. Do something crazy here to maintain this positioning. Make does have ult here for Las Carabas. Can they close out map 1? Zine is going to drop Kanuya, and that should do it here as Las Carabas utilize this to their advantage and likely take home the entirety of map 1 as OT ticks down. Will the touch come through? That would be nuts.
How, I don't know, the polygons work or whatever. It's like
your climbing ladder, folks, you will see is, for example, things like
upcoming fight.
And the portal play begins. Everyone bonded, hyper aggro style. Everyone collapsing from Noir onto the back line of Las Carabas. And Zine goes down. Does have that res though.
Tempo, right? Committing that soul bond. Also, Las Carabas maybe panicking, right? Also, you talked about it right before that fight, Chip, as that point flips over. You know, sometimes if you get portaled on, maybe you use too many cooldowns, right? Maybe, oh, a panic. Maybe we soul bond.
Well, everyone now has the speed. Gonna make sure everyone's affected so you can just brawl and dive together as a unit with insane speed, especially with something like Magic here. Followed up by Snows with the Venom with another pick on a Scene who will not have that self-rest. The entire team staying as a unit. Tones, Snows, Tones again, walking them back to their spawn door. I don't think I've seen it faster than this. 5 minutes and 45 when they walked that thing to point. Are you joking? No.
Well, at least be matching inside of Las Carabas, and also could deal with this thing, right? The thing player is going to have to play a little bit safer, or at least understand when to fall back quicker, just because there's going to be so much damage coming down range, and he doesn't really have the mobility to escape it.
And we start again. Tone's gonna find Valen. Snow, and another as Mate goes down. Can they keep the pressure up in the sky? Good stuff there as Monotone's gonna take out Valen too. And they are holding them. Out goes the invisible boundaries to get them out of the spawn door. Will it be enough? Good push there. Hopeful onto Sora now, and this could do it as Noir have almost 3.
Is that sometimes you can still, can't you still also get burned as a Vanguard too if you're unlucky? Like, or if you take every mine, right?
Yeah, you could, yeah. Yeah, you'd have to hit every single mine, yeah.
So it can be risky, I guess, right? Like I don't know. I remember just watching a game, I think of Solaris, and they're like, "Oh, take the damage," but on Vanguard, you still might be scared, right? Because what if that
behind bridge and own this space? But out we go immediately here with the Eternal Bond, and that is wild. Very quick timing for the side of Las Carabas as F1 now is walking them in. The whole team gonna have to reset now in the garage, pressing forward onto the point, stopping it before point 3, but nobody has been KO'd yet. It's up Make, and they will walk the rest down. Good patience. Notice notice there how Tones did not use that Meteor Ram until he believed the cooldowns had already been committed, and then you immediately surprise Meteor Ram on to that final judgment, and that is your best bet at getting success, and it was. You know, Dive plays really well on attack, but on defense maybe not so, and not as much consistently, but still Snow's showcasing what they can do. Up in the sky, good stuff, and great protection there from the side of Tones as Hopeful finds Zine. Out goes the invisible boundary. Sora goes down, but it might be too late, and at this point, 7 seconds on, they've got to commit. That's a two-piece though. Valentu an F1, Valentu with another here. Making Valentu in a difficult position, and we are going to see some follow-up now. Noir does have ultimates. Hopeful going to drop Make. F1 goes down from Snows. Tones onto Sweetie. Hopeful onto Zine. Monotone onto Sora. And again onto Valentu. And that's been a little bit slept on recently. I think Invis has taken a little bit of a back seat here as they try to progress forward. Immediately dove right on to the Eternal Bond. Now matched right back. Will the Meteor Ram land? This could be huge. Maybe waiting a little too long. Oh, are you kidding me? Make from downtown onto Kanuya. Sora with a two-piece on Tones and Monotone, and that could be enough to give them point two. And wow, Las Carabas are looking like they can make this happen with 10 seconds on. But remember, folks, Noir push patience and understanding there by Valen, who does make that happen. Shutting down an ultimate with a cooldown is always a win, but you don't have to commit too much. Sora going to keep that momentum and drop Tones now. Out goes the invisible boundary to slow the pace here from Noir. Up we go on a height from Sora. 762 going to find Valentu though, as they are maintaining the space. Noir trying to retake here and hold him tight with, it does help. So there is the Meteor Ram. Does not find too much value. Did drive the strategist line back. Psionic Seduction though is going to be a threat. Up we go from 762. He's trying to find some damage onto the Goddess of Death in the Sky. Zine though onto Kanuya, and they are walking this in. Las Carabas stepping up. Tones Kanuya onto Zine. So back and forth in these fights we go, and here comes the final judgment. The heavy pocket in the front line, as you can just see, a ton of healing directed right out the Punisher, who gets two off the rip. Three, and they shut him down. Noir are gonna stuff them before point three.
2, 3.
Huge map win for Noir. 2 minutes 50 seconds left on their attack, and then on putting their sub player in due to a internet issue.
The next closest was 67 with Mantis, so like almost double. On the high side, great positioning like we talked about. Notice the DPS consistently trying to find off angles to make pressure happen towards the back line instead of just pumping into the
strategist player playing on controller, and Hopeful with the follow-up damage. I mean, just everybody here is getting picked up live, and right now with Torch and Phoenix, I mean, that's just so much fire down range, literally and figuratively. The firepower has just been next level for Noir.
Yeah, I think that completes the controller players that I've seen at our pop. Supernova goes up, map for the Meteor Ram, potentially trying to land it in the sky. Bang, down goes Sora. Way to distract there by Tones and find a little bit of a vulnerability on a little bit of a assuming protection, and way to protect the strategist instead of yourself in that moment. That's a very smart play.
Yeah, huge play too, and it's not Carabas who, you know, used some huge ultimates. I mean, Ayabagamoto's big, so is that Supernova, like you said, to match with that Meteor Ram. So they're playing it so well. We'll see what Las Carabas want to do. They do have an insane combination with the Meteor Ram alongside that song from Sora.
And we'll start up next to them to juke and hide behind so you don't force out your cooldown 24/7. Very smart play. Do not stand in the open. It is not the way to make plays happen, especially in the front line or as a flyer who should be consistently targeted.
Well, I mean, that's the ultimate committed from Las Carabas, and they don't find elimination, so you know what that means, Shib.
They do have a fair amount of ults, but it is matched on both sides. Zine gonna initiate there, coming right towards the back line. Snow's gonna find one immediately. Sora goes down from Tones. Monotone onto Valentu. Make goes down. Make that the entirety of Las Carabas as Noir shuts them down.
4 minutes now to hold. I mean, we've seen teams, good teams, lose in situations like this before, but for Noir, I don't know, you might have to pull some extra things out of your butt right now if you're Las Carabas.
Yeah, I think it's, you know, it's also...
Oh, Make's already gone, man.
That is just clean play, and that's that, you know, I'm talking about the mentality difference right there. Likely we'll see a portal coming back in. Zine, though, gonna find some on 762 and try to maintain positioning. Not allow them to get the point, hopefully stalling until the portal comes through, and here it comes, but there goes Zine, and there goes...
Right, Las Carabas was focusing maybe on the wrong player, and, you know, huge work